Well. I am the Chaz Man. Ironically, today I was gonna be posting videos of me and my music. I never thought in a million years I'd put up a video about how Michael Jackson has influenced my life, how great Michael Jackson was, only because he died. Michael Jackson gave me style. The reason why I'm playing music is because of Michael Jackson, like my brother said. And he left an imprint on the minds of millions of people, but for us musicians, whether we're famous or not, Michael Jackson was inspiration. He was a person to get ideas from, direction, and his coolness. When you think back to Michael Jackson when Thriller came out in 1982, the hysteria, it was more than just hype, the hysteria of this true bona fide superstar in our lifetime. How could you not be inspired by that on some level? But I'm also a fan. So I'm a musician who's inspired by Michael Jackson, but I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I mean, he was is my absolute number one favorite musician of all time. And it's so sad because he says he didn't have a childhood, and it also seems like, well, it does seem like it's a reality, he won't have old age. What Michael Jackson did, nobody will ever do. On stage, he was amazing. We all know that. Because why? When Michael Jackson came on TV, you had to watch. Whether it was Motown 25, whether it was the new debut of Black or White, and he had the extended video version of him on the car breaking glass, the morph of him coming from the Panther into himself, or at the end of the videos, all of the different people. He broke ground in video. So therefore, when it was time for Michael Jackson to do a debut, networks, not just MTV, networks would stop whatever they were showing at that time, whatever show it was, and boom, special presentation, Michael Jackson. And you're there with your brother, your little sister, your roommate, whoever. Everybody is in front of that television watching Michael Jackson. And that's why I loved him so much. Because my mother loved him, your mother loved him, father. The thing that is amazing about him is that so many people of different age groups liked him. Young, old, black, white. You can't say that for many artists right now. Yeah, you may like Justin Timberlake, or you may like Mos Def, Metallica, but they don't have that appeal to everybody. A certain group of people like them. That doesn't make a band bad, but that's what made Michael Jackson stand out. That's why today and forever, we will never forget him. He is getting the special treatment that he deserves. The accolades, the memorandums. Nobody will ever do what he did. And let's talk about his style. Who could dance like that? His style was so definitive that people imitated him, copied him. The moonwalk. Who danced like that? That energy. And look, Michael Jackson, okay, I gotta say, I think one of his biggest downfalls was opening his mouth. Because let's go back to 1982, 83, 87, 90. Michael Jackson was not giving interviews. The only interview he gave was when he got up on stage and he rocked thousands that night, compiled into millions in a year after year tour. And he opened his mouth and boom, what came out? Having kids sleep in your bed. And look, I'm not into it. Michael Jackson is the biggest star, or was the biggest star in the world, so therefore he should have had women lined up around the block, no, around any state that he was in to get with him. But maybe that's what made him great, the fact that he wasn't so into women, because he didn't spend time dealing with dumb chicks. He focused on his music. Irregardless, you know, the child molestation, it definitely marred his career a little bit. I'm not into the child molestation thing. But I don't think in the death of Michael Jackson, which is just... who would have thought? In less than a year we would see a black president and Michael Jackson die, but it's just hard to say that he's dead. But I hope, and I do see that he will be remembered, most of us will remember him for the greatness of his music and his style and what he did. He was the first black artist on MTV. Back then, MTV, they weren't showing brothers. He broke ground. Thriller was so hot, so amazing. MTV, they had to open the door. But by them opening the door to Michael Jackson, it opened the door to so many other black artists. He gave musicians an opportunity that if it wasn't for him, I don't know where we would be. There's nothing else to really say. Michael Jackson will live forever. He goes, as we all know, he goes in the greats with John Lennon, Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead, Elvis Presley, the Beatles. Michael Jackson will be the biggest star when we're gone. So when we die, everybody's sitting down in 2009 right now. When we die, Michael Jackson is still going to live on. Because that's how phenomenal he was. That's how much he stepped up his game. Because his legacy is going to live forever. There's going to be buildings named after him, streets. The Grammys are going to have a huge 2010 something of Michael Jackson. There will never, ever be anyone that will come close to the amazing ability, top 10, multi-top 10, multi-million, multi-concert selling out performer is Michael Jackson. And I am glad to have done a gig at his place. And I seen Michael Jackson. I cried like a girl. His father, Joseph, invited me over to the house in Encino. And it was just great seeing where Michael Jackson lived. And I remember Joseph telling me something. He goes, you know, Chaz, I'm not showing you all this stuff to impress you. I'm showing you what a little hard work can do. And I guess he's right. Michael Jackson gave a little hard work and he's gone.